This actually happened 2 weeks ago. I don't think nothing will ever top this experience for me for scary experiences. I had gotten a new location as we rotated locations within station with other DSPs. I got a town an hour and something away from station with only around 90 something stops, so I was actually looking forward to it. Everything went well. I finished in town deliveries, and so far everyone I encountered seemed to be nice people. Until my last 20 stops, which were rural of that town. I had gotten to an address. It was out in the boonies, and as soon as I entered their driveway, it was filled with random garbage everywhere. Microwaves, chairs, washers, dryers, wheels, etc. I drove all the way into their driveway to find there was no house, just a small turnaround spot. I ended up turning around, confused where this house could be. So as I was driving out of the driveway, I was driving slow, looking if I could find anywhere to leave this package. I spotted this small shack, probably half my van size. That's how small it was. So I was just going to leave it there. And obviously, I did not think someone would be living there. But as soon as I got close to leave the package, a dude who looked like he hadn't showered in months, or even changed his clothes, came out with a hunting knife and a gun in his waist. That startled me, so I stepped back a bit thinking of ways to retreat to my van without getting stabbed or shot. My van was also a bit far from me since it stayed on the firm ground, and this shack was on uncared grass. I also thought running would escalate the situation, since the guy came out asking me who I was, and I was in his property. I explained I was the Amazon driver, and he had a package, which then he said that's impossible because he doesn't have Wi-Fi or even a phone. I replied, maybe a family member or friends sent him a package, but if he didn't want it, I could take it back. He then said all of his family's dead, and if I wanted to know how they died. I replied, no, I'm okay, and I was just going to leave with the package, but he ended up getting more upset at this. He then told me people who drive unmarked vans out there get shot, and if I knew that. At this point, I was thinking, crap, this dude is going to take out his gun. So I asked him if he knew why we get this white vans out here instead of our Amazon branded vans, which surprisingly it seemed to de-escalate the situation. I explained that some white vans have four-wheel drive for the hills, dirt and gravel roads up here in the boonies, and the Amazon branded ones don't. I'm honestly just trying to talk my way out or de-escalate. This guy told me to wait, that he had a surprise and went inside his shack. At this point, I'm about to fast walk to my van, but he came out and asked me if he needed his box and he could trade me something for it. I declined and told him I would just leave it on the ground for him, that I didn't need anything and I needed to go. But he replied that he just wanted to give me something, which he then showed me a bag of what seemed to be meth and weed. I told him I was good, I'm on the job right now. He then took out a knife and started to approach, which I then started to walk back. And he said he just wanted me to take his knife and open the box, since he thought I wasn't Amazon, and the box would explode if he opened it, so he wanted me to open it instead. A lot more happened, but I ended up leaving eventually without getting stabbed or shot. I literally just drove like 4 minutes away and parked on the side of the road to take a breather since I was having a lot of anxiety. I ended up making a statement with my dispatch, and they sent it to my OTR. But apparently, Amazon doesn't think what happened was bad enough to blacklist that address unless I made a case number with the police. Sorry for the long post, and if I made any typos, but I really just wanted to get this story out there to give everybody awareness that there are some crazy people out there. Hi, I'm an Amazon delivery driver, and I was robbed delivering packages one day. On the 16th, I was robbed in the city while delivering packages. Since my GPS wanted me to go the wrong way down a one-way, I ended up parking and walking a little bit to deliver a package. On the way back to my car, I was robbed for my cigarettes, cell phone, and wallet. Luckily, I knew how to get home and inform support as soon as I got access to a phone. Support emailed me and called to check on me. They were even nice enough to tell me to return any packages at my earliest convenience. Then my standing dropped because of the undelivered packages on the 16th. I was not happy at Amazon Flex. I did start a new job on the 1st, and I'm happy that I did. It's almost 8 p.m., and I am about 20 stops from freedom. I am in a sketchy neighborhood, which is highly unusual for the place I live in. Nevertheless, I am delivering to various spots on the same street, and I notice a bunch of guys looking at me. I decide to just not let them out of my sight and quickly finish up. But only a stop later, a few of them decide to come to my van. I quickly run through my options. I am not giving up my life or limbs for Jeff Bezos, and I am not trusting this bunch to come at me for advice on stock investment. So I roll down the window and yell to get out of my way, or I'll run you over. And I just gun it. I didn't care if I did run them over, but I just hoped they get out of the way. And they did. I may be overreacted, but I knew they were up to no good, and I was not taking any chances. I called the dispatcher and said I feel unsafe, and if they have a problem with that, they could deliver it themselves. The rest of the stuff went back to Amazon, and I went home after that. I deliver Amazon packages in farm country, cornfields, dirt roads, no street lights. Regularly, I drive up pretty long driveways, so I go up the driveway, which is just under a quarter-mile long, and I pull into the driveway about 10 feet from the two pickup trucks parked directly in front of the garage. No outdoor lights, so there's only my headlights. It's only 6:45, but it's pitch black out. Before I get out, I turn everything down, I look and listen. As I get out of the van and begin to approach the front door, the truck's on my right. I didn't see or hear any of the signs that a dog or anyone was out there. As I begin to pass the trucks, this guy, I'm guessing he was the homeowner, I assumed, comes out from behind the truck closest to me. He's short, middle-aged, has black hair and balding. He looked like Bezos if he had balding hair and was a bit shorter. He startled me a bit, but I wasn't too concerned until I actually looked at his face. He just had this death stare, but with a really creepy, no-teeth grin. He didn't say a word. I just passed him the package and walked back to the van. As I'm turning around, he has the same look, and is just standing in the same exact spot, while he's doing a weird slow wave, like Jackie Kennedy or something like that. It was pretty weird. He was still there waving as I pulled away. It was the creepiest thing ever. I know it's not unheard of, but today I watched an Amazon delivery driver place a package on my porch. He took a photo to mark it as delivered. He then picked up the package and got back in the truck with it, all while trying to feel the contents of the package through the envelope thing. I live in the Lincoln neighborhood between Lincoln Park and South M Street, so if you're in that area and have been missing any packages as I have recently, well, the thief is probably your driver. This is the third time in 3 weeks that the package was missing from my porch. The previous 2 times I had opened the door in time to see the driver pull away, with no package to be found. Yet my order history shows a photo of it being delivered just 1 minute prior. This is the first time I've seen them actually take it with my own eyes. If you're the driver reading this, know that you're being reported, and I hope it was worth getting fired over $8 worth of women's underwear. I should note that this isn't UPS or USPS. No, this is Amazon Direct Fulfillment. Blue Amazon van. Amazon uniform driver. Obviously, this is a very bizarre situation. I'll keep it short. My fiance witnessed the package delivery early this morning. After the package was delivered, the driver walked back to their vehicle and then defecated on the curb in front of our house. The feces are still there. I contacted Amazon, who are very apologetic, and reassured me that someone would be reaching out. I can't believe this actually happened. I really hope that this person is caught.